Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good morning.
Good. How's everyone? Weather's
Very
getting
good.
warmer, huh? Cold was nice, but not too cold, right?
Perfect amount of cold for winter. No snow, no ice.
That's true.
Little sweatshirt.
That's true. Cold is always good.
Hey, Lori, the map of the crashes, where can we get that? Do you send it in the email?
Yeah, it's in the email and also the CTST website.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, Abigail, I can pull it up for you real quick so you can see. If you go to the CTST website, let's load it open. And then you go to education, find your appropriate CTST. Oh, it's still working. All right, so we're in Hillsborough. Come on down here. And here is the fatal crash map. So it's always in the e-blast that goes out, and it's on the second page of the agenda. And it's right here.
All right, thanks.
Yep, sure thing. There it is, Abigail. So, hey, everybody. My name is Melissa with JMT. Bob will not be able to participate in today's meeting. So, Emily, I have a question for you. Would you like to run the meeting, or do you want me to run it, or we can do a tag team and run the meeting together?
Why don't we do it together so you can teach me
Okay.
what I'm supposed to be doing?
All right, well, that sounds good. All right, so, excuse me, we'll go ahead and kick the meeting off. It is 9:30. And I'll just go around the attendee list, since that's what I normally do for Bob, Emily. And then if you'd like to then go ahead and do the rest of the agenda items, I'll be here to help.
Thank you.
All right. So again, hey, everybody, my name is Melissa Shepherd with JMT. We are a FDOT District 7 safety consultant, and I'll go down the list. Oh, and this meeting is being recorded, so if you have any, if you're not speaking, please mute your mics. All right, Basit Ali.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Basit Ali, and I'm a transportation engineer working for Kinley Horn.
Thank you, sir. Susan Boda. Susan is on. Maybe she can introduce herself later on. Brenton Mosier.
Brenton Mosier with USF Qatar.
Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay Champlin. I'm a AAA.
Thank you. And Demetrius.
Hello, I'm Sergeant Demetrius German from Tampa Police Department Traffic Unit.
Thank you, sir. Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily Hinsdale with Sidewalk Stompers.
Thank you. Abigail.
Good morning, Abigail Flores, Hillsborough County Safety.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Fred Baxter.
Kevin Baxter, Plant City Traffic Operations Manager.
Thank you. Michelle Harris.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Michelle Harris with AAA.
Thank you. Eric Henry.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Eric Henry with FDOT District 7 Safety.
Thank you. And I'm not positive how to pronounce this person's name. Is it MD Sakot?
Yes, MD Sakot Hussain with WSP.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. Jennifer Hall.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jennifer Hall. I'm driver safety advocate, health coach, and consultant with Nation's Traffic Safety School.
Thank you. Jessica.
Hi, all. I'm Jessica Rohr with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office Grants Research and Development Unit.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Jim Reiser.
Good morning, everybody. Jim Reiser with Gresham Smith. I'm a safety consultant here in D7.
Thank you, sir. Jim Snell. Okay, well, he is on the line and he is with TPD. Oh, he's having audio issues, he says. All right, and then we have Kevin.
Kevin Amigan with the City of Plant City Traffic Operations. I'm traffic coordinator.
All right, awesome, thank you. Amir.
Good morning, Amir Khawaja with the City of Temple Terrace.
Thank you. Don Lewis.
Good morning, Dawn Lewis, Tampa General Hospital Trauma Program.
Thank you. Mashid.
Good morning, Mashid Araste, American Quality Consultants, FDOT Safety Ambassador.
Thank you. Matt Weaver.
Hey, good morning. This is Matt Weaver with Element Engineering Group. We're a safety prime in District 7.
Thank you. Lori.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lori Paleo with JMT.
Thank you. All right, and then we have Ruby.
Good morning. This is Ruby Shannon, Hillsborough County Public Schools, sitting in for Corey Norris, Safety Manager.
Awesome, thank you. And then we have Megan.
Hey, good morning. Megan Tetra with Hillsborough County Safety.
Thank you. And Vanessa.
Good morning. This is Vanessa with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office with grants.
Thank you very much. Lama?
Morning, everyone. Lemma with Hillsborough County.
Thank you. All right, is there anyone who has joined the call that I did not call your name? If so, please go ahead and introduce yourself to the group.
Hi, it's Ellen Snelling from Tampa Alcohol Coalition.
And with that, I think that might be it. All right. Thank you much. All right, Emily, you good to go?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for welcoming me as your vice chair for the first meeting. I will rule with an iron fist. So our first order of business, may I have a motion to approve the minutes from our December meeting?
This is Jim Reiser, Gresham Smith. I make the motion.
Second?
This is Vashi. Oh, okay, that's okay.
Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor of the minutes? December? Say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the minutes are approved. So we will move on to our first business item, pedestrian, bicycle, motorcycle safety updates. Who's up?
Hey, this is Jim Snell from TPD. We've had a pretty busy January with crashes. We had 6 fatalities so far. A little bit of everything from motorcycles, pedestrians, and vehicle versus vehicle. And about 3 of those 5 crashes are alcohol or suspected alcohol involved.
And you said those were all bike, ped, motorcycle?
We've had a mixture. We've had 1 vehicle, well, I guess 3 vehicle versus vehicle and 2 vehicle versus pedestrian.
Okay, thank you. Any others?
I'll talk about bike ped. This is Brenton Mosier with USF Cutter. So we are planning on Friday, March 22nd, around 8 a.m. will be our 10th annual Bike with the Temple Terrace Mayor. So that will be held starting at the Rec Center and Temple Terrace, and I'll have a flyer for that probably by the next meeting. So there's that. We are going to be participating in USF Campus Safety Day on Monday, February 5th. That's on the USF campus. We are doing some other outreach events on campus, and we also have our high school driver ed education program going on.
I believe March is Florida Bike Month. Does anybody else have any other activities coming up for that? All right, let's move on to education. Although Brenton, you may have covered whatever you're doing for that. Is there anybody else?
This is Jim Reiser at Gresham Smith. We're concentrating, at least on my side, with the motorcycle outreach at some of these groups that are hard to get the safety message out to. So that's going to start. We're getting some events lined up, and we're going to do that throughout 2024. So hopefully we have some positive results there. If anybody has anything that they know of that's on a motorcycle safety that they would like assistance with through FDOT, we can definitely facilitate that. And I yield back.
I see another hand up. Go ahead.
I can
Hi,
go. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Dawn Lewis from Tampa General Hospital. I just wanted to share that we again partnered with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office and did the Battle of the Belts campaign for 2023 into 2024. The results are in, and the best overall seatbelt compliance went to Bloomingdale High School, with the following second place Steinbrenner and third Newsom. So the award ceremony will be held this Thursday, I believe it's at 10:30 at Bloomingdale High School. And I can send all the results over to you, Melissa, to share as you will.
I'm sorry, I have
Awesome.
a question then. What was that for again?
So this is a Battle of the Belts campaign where we monitor seatbelt compliance for all the Hillsborough County area high schools. So we do a pre-count during a specified week before and then the schools do their own internal seatbelt safety campaigns. They do public service announcements, poster competition, and then there's an overall between the Hillsborough County judges them based on that and the seatbelt compliance. We use volunteers from Tampa General from our trauma program for each school, and they go out and do the counts both pre and post to monitor for, like I said, overall seatbelt compliance and most improved seatbelt compliance. And we've been doing this for many, many years.
Okay, thank you for that.
Do all the high
Sure.
schools in district participate? Or all the high schools in District 7?
I'm not sure what the district, well, this is Hillsborough County, so all public high schools in Hillsborough County. I think there's 23 of them. Don't quote me on that one.
Hey, Dawn, this is Susan Boda. What is Geico still a sponsor, or who's the big sponsor of that now?
Yes, that's who it's been. I'm making an assumption that it is again. They were last year.
Okay.
So again, they usually come to the ceremony, which is this Thursday.
Oh yeah, I'm interested. I love that. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Send it your way, Susan.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, ma'am.
I'll piggyback off of that. First of all, as an alumni of Bloomingdale, go Bulls. But also, the Teen Safe Driving Coalition is actually going to be piggybacking off of, I think, all the great work you guys have been doing and making a state Battle of the Belts. Hopefully we'll have final information on that in our meeting February 12th and 13th. But that is coming as well as a state Battle of the Belts. So for anybody that wants to piggyback or have another one for this year, hopefully that will be about April, which is Distracted Driving Month. We got prom, we got all kinds of things. So just wearing seatbelts can be part of that message as well. I'll keep you guys updated, or I'm sure whoever else attends the Teen Safe Driving Coalition. Again, that's February 12th. It's in Orlando. If anybody is interested, you can either reach out to myself or Melissa, who is the coalition leader, and let her know that you're coming. A couple other things from Nations to go along with education is we have gotten numbers over the last probably, well, more than 10 years, but we'll just say 10, 15 years between crash numbers from the state and FDOT and Signal 4, and then compared it to the course completion classes coming out of the DHMB. So course completions being just the BDI, the basic driver improvement class, the 4-hour that you take, if you get a ticket, and the 12-hour class, which can be also court ordered, but it's for point suspensions and things like that, hardships, all of those. And what we have seen over the years is a complete shift of courses versus crashes. So for example, in 2005, our collision number was roughly 268,000, and course completions were roughly 655,000. Whereas in 2022, Our collisions were roughly 709,000, and our course completions were roughly 264,000. So they have completely shifted as for education and collisions. So this year we are really working on trying to advocate and send information to courts, individuals, clerk of courts, anybody that really has that ability to because we've seen a lot of decrease in court orders as well as the decrease in elections. So just having lots of different conversations with people regarding that to try and shift that. So because obviously we can see the correlation between education and collisions here in the state of Florida. And then the last thing I had for you guys was, I don't know if you were aware of course, my email went blank on me. There, I'll put it in a link in there, but for anybody that's interested, for a contest for students and in the schools, they are looking, it is, I'm drawing a blank as to the company, but they're looking for, posters and information, the links in the chat, on driver safety, having teens creating things, and then the winner ultimately gets a trip to New York with a producer and making it like a big national campaign potentially. So some really good things going on, also some scholarship money, and then there's some money going back to teachers that associate with that particular winner. So that is all I have.
Okay, let's move on to enforcement. We got some crash statistics already. Any others that people can share, maybe wrapping up 2023 information?
I don't have any stats at the moment, but our enhanced law enforcement engagement program, which focuses on law enforcement details on state roads, just ended. The last day for details was January 6th. We are tallying everything, and we will have final totals by the next meeting. And then our ceremony to give the officers the equipment that they earned will be in March 21st.
Okay, let's move on to engineering. Anybody from Hillsborough County want to?
Yeah, hi guys. So let me grab that update. What we're doing is we are working to do some project development on Hillsborough County roadways for some bike projects. So we want to improve bicycle safety on Hillsborough County roadways. So we're currently looking for 2 locations where we can do a study and determine what kind of facility would be appropriate and how we can increase bicycle safety on the roadways. We're also doing we're in the design phase now for a lot of our projects with the design and implementation of low-cost, quick implementable projects. So specifically on Boyette and Balm River View intersection area. So there's an existing bike lane. So we have some green paint planned, and we want to put some high-vis crosswalks on Boyette. That's part of the Riverview High School. So those designs are complete, and we're looking to implement that this year. So improvements for walking and biking that are related to our safe routes to school as well as our transit. We're also still working on our speed management selection tools. So that's to select appropriate speeds for Hillsborough County roadways, and that would support reduction of speeds on our roadways to improve safety. We're also we're kicking off a new program this year, a new safety program, which is our signalized intersection safety program, where we're going to screen all of the signalized intersections in Hillsborough County for risk and for crashes, and then we're going to come up with systemic improvements, which means improvements we can deploy network-wide to improve safety at signalized intersections. So that's super exciting. we're starting our fiscal year reporting, safety reporting from our previous year. So now that that year's complete, we're ready to start gathering metrics and data on that to report. And we'd love to present to you in the future about these great things we're doing. If you want to see anything in our report, get a hold of me and let's talk about it. That has to do with unincorporated roadways. If you're interested in a crash statistic or anything you'd like to see included, we're open to that discussion. The other thing is the Safe Streets for All grant. I know that we are aware that Hillsborough County, the city of Tampa, as well as the TPO received grants. However, recently in December, Hillsborough County learned that we got a $10 million demonstration grant, which is for basically quick builds, right? That will inform the action plan updates, like the speed management and the Vision Zero plans. So we got a $10 million grant to do quick builds in Hillsborough County roadways. So that's look for updates on that in the near future. And Megan, did you have anything to add?
I think maybe one of the other things is we're going to be implementing a new lighting program for this fiscal year. So we'll be looking at a methodology and a ranking and a screening to identify where we have some lighting needs, where the risk is higher, and looking at prioritizing some of those projects in the upcoming years.
Thanks.
I think it'd be great to have a more detailed presentation on some of the, especially the new programs that you're doing, and maybe taking a look at what some of the quick build stuff you've already put in has. Are you, as you do in your reporting, finding out the effectiveness of some of those implementations? So maybe if we could get you on the schedule for a future meeting to do a more detailed presentation, that'd be great.
Yeah, we'll look at the calendars and we'll talk, Emily.
Great.
Thanks.
All right, who else has some engineering great stuff to share with us? City of Tampa, anybody here?
Can I add something for Hillsborough County?
Yes,
It's me, Lema. Yeah. A couple of quick updates. So as you know, I'm going to be presenting on the safety dashboard today in this meeting. And there's another interesting project that I'll be more than happy to share with you if you're interested, which uses Signal 4 data as well. It's about analyzing crash data in unincorporated Hillsborough County at different levels of resolution, 3 levels technically: county level, a group of intersection level, and intersection level, which is highly disaggregated, and the analysis is spatially has different levels of resolution, as I said, spatially and temporally. So I'll be more than happy to present on that. And one more thing, it's ongoing effort that we're working on linking the law enforcement data to fire rescue data. There is a limitation in Signal 4 data that I'll share with you in the presentation, and this is what we're trying to overcome. We're trying to link the law enforcement data to fire rescue data for a comprehensive and thorough analysis. I'll share with you more details on that. It's going to be a big step when it's done, and this will help achieve the objectives of the Safe System approach that is adopted by the U.S. Department of Transportation. So this is briefly what I have for you. Thank you.
Hi, Emily. Do you want me to discuss the fatal crash maps?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, so for Hillsborough County from January 1st to November 11th, there have been 178 fatal crashes. At the last CTST meeting we had from January 1st to October 2nd, there were 145 fatal crashes. So there's been 33 new fatal crashes between November 11th, from January 1st to October 2nd. Those 33 new fatal crashes include 1 rollover, 2 unknown, 3 bicycle, 5 right angle, 2 head-on, 1 rear end, 1 other, 7 left turns, 7 run off the road, and 4 pedestrian fatal crashes. Of all the fatal crashes in Hillsborough County this year, approximately 59% of the fatal crashes occurred at night. 34% were intersection related. 40% were lane departure related. 42 of the 53 pedestrian fatals occurred at night, so 79% of the pedestrian fatals were at nighttime. 50% of the bicycle fatals were also at night. Vehicle operators and pedestrians have the highest number of fatal crashes, as you could see on the stack bar graph on the right. And then both state roads and Hillsborough County maintained roads make up 80% of all the fatal crashes in Hillsborough County. So you have 57% state road and 31% in Hillsborough County. Currently, there have been 178 fatal crashes through November 11th, and the same time period in 2022, there were 189 fatal crashes. So we are down by 11 same time frame in 2022. So that's the stats for this month's CTST.
Thank you. Anything else on engineering? How about school transportation?
None at this time. Our safety manager is out this week, and mainly I'm just taking notes of what's going on now.
Thank you. Yep, sorry, go ahead. Anybody else?
I have an update. So Hillsborough County Engineering, we have identified the schools that we're going to study this year for our Safe Routes to School safety improvements for walking and biking to school. They are Leonard, Thompson, Mann, Sifner, and Gunta. So we will be starting project development this month, which includes observing where the students are walking, observing needed infrastructure to enhance safety. The other thing is we have completed the low-cost, quickly implementable improvements for last year's Safe Routes to School projects, which were Riverview, Webb, Town and Country, Morgan, Woods, and Woodbridge. So we're ready to improve those with some low-cost, high-vis crosswalks, improving the intersection at Woodbridge and Northbridge intersection, but for Woodbridge School. So a lot of exciting things and improvements we're doing for those schools. So look for those projects this year for those quickly implementable. And we're continuing on the more robust designs for Gaither, Claywell, Brandon, and Lamona schools. So that is what we're doing.
Great. I'm excited to hear about the stuff for Woodbridge. We've got quite a lot of walkers participating in our Sidewalk Stompers program at that school, and a very invested group that show up every day. So thank you for getting that going.
I have some engineering updates for City of Plant City. So City of Plant City, we are currently continuing working on our all-way stop location and improvements. We're going throughout the city looking at different locations in residential areas where we can enhance an all-way stop to better provide safety for mostly pedestrian around school areas and lower volume residential areas. We're also just completed a retiming project of the traffic signals on Park Road from extending from Alexander Street all the way to north of I-4 on Park Road. We are currently working right now on a retiming project that is supposed to kick off in February. That will include the intersections from Walden Woods and Alexander Street all the way to north of I-4 on Alexander Street as well. This will also include a segment of State Road 39 from Park Road all the way to Charlie Griffin Boulevard. So this is supposed to kick off sometime mid-February. The city has also been, we applied for a TAPS local agency grant funding. We have been formally awarded $561,000 to go towards technology project, enhancing our connected vehicle technology. This will also complete our emergency vehicle preemption program that we have with the city of Plant City, and it will also install new traffic cabinets along some of the segment locations that are kind of at capacity with equipment. This will also put RSUs at complete RSUs at all the locations within the city of Plant City. And then also we have a I believe it's a HSIP grant that we have just applied for I believe 250 bright sticks. So I wanted to bring that up during the meeting today as one of the requirements. And that's it for our updates.
Thank you. As we're moving into HSIP, are there any other updates there?
Good morning. This is Mahshi. As you know, the HSIP portal is working very well. We have reviewed applications from City of Tampa, Plant City. We're going to expect some applications from Hillsborough County. If you have any questions, you're not sure if a project would fit the HSIP funding criteria, please call me, send me a text, or send me an email. It is a first come, first serve process. And when you submit applications, please include as much detail as you can. As you know, there's a requirement of attending the CTST meetings and making a quick presentation. So today we have Kevin and Meg from City of Plant City. He's the traffic city coordinator, and maybe Fred Baxter is going to chime in. He's the traffic operations manager, talking about the application they have submitted. Kevin?
Good morning. Yes, ma'am. We applied for 200 bright sticks, and we've been implementing them throughout the city for years now, and we've had great positive response from the residents and great feedback after the installs. And as Fred said, we've been installing a lot of one-way stops, and they have helped tremendously at those locations. They provide a better visualization for our city residents, and I feel like the bright sticks are a great safety improvement, and we are grateful for the help. And with that being said, I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you, Fred. Anything you want to add?
No, I don't have anything to add.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for all the applications, all the input. If there's anything we can improve in the process, please let me know. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be always available to lend a hand. Thank you.
Thank you, Mashi. What about Vision Zero? Anybody have anything for Vision Zero?
Hillsborough County has an update. So for 78th Street, that's one of the first corridors that the county, Vision Zero corridors that the county started to study and identify improvements. So pleased to announce that we do have design plans for low-cost, quickly implementable improvements on that corridor. So we're doing really innovative and more forward-thinking treatments there, like we're creating traffic islands in the two-way left turn lane as future that will be future marked crosswalks with controls. So right now in the quick phase will be to create these islands with delineators and paint. And then when we have funding for the grant funding for the controls at these locations, we will include the pedestrian crossing. Also, I wanted to share that this has been a community effort and a collaboration between the engineering group and the planning group. Lema's group has been participating and doing community outreach. So this is a community-driven project, and in the islands, we're actually going to have the median islands and the two-way left turn lane. We've left a space for the community to paint and decorate this area. So, and we've been collaborating with HART regarding the location of the bus stops and if that's, is it appropriate to where to have the marked crosswalk to support safe access to transit, as well as improve locations where pedestrians have been crossing in the past and have had crashes with drivers. So it's going to be a great improvement to the corridor, and the community engagement's coming up February 18th, and it will be on the county website. There's online and in-person opportunity to participate. But yeah, we're going to get that built early this year. So look for another great project.
That's great. I'm glad to hear you're including some community participation and the painting projects. You know, I love those because it really gets people in the community out there thinking about the intersection. So it's not just the great work that the engineers put in, but really getting people invested and making it safe for themselves. Anybody else on Vision Zero? Okay, any calendar updates? All right, then let's move on to our Safe Streets for All grant discussion. Melissa, that looks like that's you.
Yes. So hi, everybody. Melissa Shepard, JMT. So I'm just going to do this quickly because I know that Lama has a presentation and it's going to be a great one. So I'm going to run through this really quickly. And the majority of you know about the Safe Streets for All grant, especially Hillsborough County and City of Tampa. But maybe this is something that the city of Plant City could acquire, or City of Temple Terrace. So this is just as a program overview. It is a discretionary program established through the bipartisan infrastructure law. They have $5 billion appropriated over 5 years. So we are in the second year of this. So it's running through 2026. The applications have not opened yet for this year. They're supposed to be opening sometime in February. So what we are doing now is working on a press release to send out to let the groups know that this is out there and that the application period is coming. The whole point of this is to prevent roadway deaths and serious injuries. So who's eligible? Cities, counties, towns, transit agencies, NPOs, federally recognized tribal governments. Who is not eligible? Unfortunately, the DOT, so State Departments of Transportation. And I believe Abigail mentioned that there are 2 different types of avenues for this grant: the planning and demonstration portion, and then the actual implementation. To start even the application, you've got to have an action plan set together to demonstrate how you're going to utilize the funds. And that is first step during this planning and demonstration phase. And then once that, if that does get awarded to you, you would receive funds here. And then if you wanted to go further and do the implementation, that would be a whole nother application. I want to just briefly mention how successful the local agencies in our area have been. We have received quite a lot of money, but there's still plenty of money out there for us to acquire. So recently, let's see, 2023, City of Clearwater received money, City of St. Pete, City of Tampa, and Cutter. Hillsborough County MPO, which is now TPO, Hillsborough and the City of Tampa, Pasco County MPO, Pinellas County, and then the actual, and those were for the planning and demonstration grant portion, and then the actual implementation phase, City of Tampa and Hillsborough County received $20 million. So this is great, quite an achievement there. So we have quite a plethora of knowledge, a knowledge base that we can, if other people want to pursue this, there are great, people that know how to win an award. So I'll just leave it at that. Again, we are going to be sending out a e-blast here soon, just to let everybody know to get geared up for this. Again, they have not set the date, but the application, this next round, is supposed to be opening in February. And I was just trying to read the chat. I thought something came through. But if you are interested, if you want more information from me about this, just let me know. Just reach out to me. I can definitely assist. And if I don't know the answer, there are a lot of people in this room or in this virtual room who do know the answer. All right, so I'll just leave it at that. And then I will let Llama take the floor.
Thank you very much. Let me share my screen. I'm just rearranging my windows 1 sec so I can see if anyone has a comment or a question. Okay. So my presentation is about the Hillsborough County Safety Dashboard. Did you know that as much as $4.4 billion was the cost of death because of traffic crashes in Florida in 2018? And that every single day a pedestrian or bicyclist is involved in a crash in Hillsborough County? These numbers put safety at the top of the priority list for Hillsborough County. Most of you know, if not all of you know, that the U.S. Department of Transportation adopts the safe system approach that works by building and reinforcing multiple layers of projection to prevent crashes from happening at the first place and mitigate the harm to those involved. At Hillsborough County Community and Infrastructure Planning Department, we integrate the safe system approach in all projects and planning efforts. In this presentation, and specifically in this slide, I'll share with you some of the safety projects that we work on, and I'll focus on safety dashboard. So our first project that we worked on is the safety dashboard, which I'll present on today. I also mentioned that we are working on, and we worked actually on a big portion of a safety or a crash data analysis that analyzes data at different levels of resolution, county level, group of intersection level, and intersection level, which is highly disaggregated. And I'll be more than happy to share with you a brief presentation about the trends and patterns that we found. It's a very interesting project that I've been working on for a while. We also worked on a research project with Cutter that focuses on identifying noteworthy safety coordination practices between counties and the first emergency responders. These are more data focused and research. The other 3 projects here in the list, they are more planning efforts. We have the Complete Street Guide that promotes safer roadways and network in general. We also have the Palm River Community Project, and here I have put the Wemama Downtown Revitalization Action Plan. So what is a safety dashboard? The safety dashboard is a public-facing tool that provides access and facilitates access to data about crashes that have occurred on unincorporated Hillsborough County roadways. This is a screenshot. I'll be talking in more details about every specific portion of this dashboard, but this is just a quick overview of how the dashboard looks like. It is very important to note that Hillsborough County worked closely with the University of Florida to get access to the data, Signal 4 data. And we worked closely with the Florida Highway Safety Motor Vehicle to get approval on the disclaimer and the dashboard itself. The safety dashboard pulls its data from Signal4 analytics platform, and Power BI is the data visualization environment of the dashboard. Very important note is that this dashboard is open to the public, and here's the QR code that you can use to navigate and play with the dashboard and see its capabilities. Now let's talk about how this dashboard is different from other dashboards and what are the capabilities that it has. So this dashboard, safety dashboard, it focuses on fatal and incapacitating crashes at intersections in unincorporated Hillsborough County. The dashboard considers crashes in the influence area, which is 200 feet from intersections. Also, the dashboard categorizes the intersections based on roadway ownership, whether it's county to county, county to state. I'll show you this just in the coming slides. The dashboard also analyzes data at different levels of resolution, spatially and temporally, and this is something that I'll illustrate. And it provides the ability to filter based on years and areas in the county. Let's move now to some screenshots I took before I start with the live demo. I'll show you the capabilities and features of the dashboard. So this is the disclaimer page that, as I said, we collaborated with the Florida Highway Safety Motor Vehicle to get it approved and to get approval on the project itself. This is the first window of the dashboard. So the first thing to do is to select some years that you're interested in. So for instance, if I chose 2019 to 2022, these are the statistics associated with the year selection. Here you can see the fatal and severe crashes. Here you have number of fatalities, number of severe injuries, number of crashes involving bicyclists, and number of crashes involving pedestrians. Here you see on the right side, we have a heat map where it's interactive. You can zoom in, zoom out to see or identify critical locations. Here in these four actually boxes, you can see intersections categorized based on roadway ownership. So here are the intersections for state-to-state roads, county-to-county roads, county to other roads, and county to state roads. If you need more details on, let's say, intersections for county-to-county roads, you can click on more details, and the dashboard will take you to this window on the left. As you can see here, we have the selected years, and as you can see here in the label, we have the selected years, and here we have county-to-county roadways. Here we have the numbers changed based on our selection. It's very important to note that the number of, if you add these two numbers, you're going to get most probably a higher number than this, because in every fatal and severe crash, most probably you're going to have more than one fatality and or severe injury. And here, this is another interactive map that looks different, and it categorizes crashes based on regions. So we have here a spatial disaggregation. Here we have the county level. Here we have the northwest, central, and south of the county. If you even want to take a closer look at crash types for a specific region, for a specific type of roadway ownership and specific number of years, you can click on, let's say, Central. You go here and you click View Central Details, and the dashboard will take you to this window where you have crash types for the years I originally chose, and for county to county and the region that is Central. And the heat map, as you can see, it updates to show the region that we selected here, let's say Central. And if you want to get more details on the crash types, you can click on the question mark here. If you want to go back to the main page, you click here, return to the main page. So to summarize, we can say that the dashboard allows filtering by year, roadway ownership, and area, which is countywide, northwest, central, and south. Let's move now to the live demo. I'm clicking on the link, just one sec. Here's the dashboard. This is the disclaimer page. If we click here, you're going to go to the main page. As you can see, before I make any selections, you will see that the dashboard has data from 2012 to 2023, which is more than 10 years. Let's start with selecting some years that we're interested in checking. If you want to select more than 1 year, you got to hit Control to select more than 1 year. As you can see here, there is the note and says, it says hold control for multiple selections. Here you can see this is what I selected 2018 to 2021. Here are the associated statistics: fatal and severe crashes, number of fatalities, number of severe injuries. And as I said, if you sum these two numbers, you're going to get a higher number than this, because in every fatal or severe crash, you're going to get more than, most probably more than a fatality or a severe injury. This is number of involving crashes with involved bicyclists and pedestrian. Here we have the intersections categorized based on roadway ownership. We have state-to-state roads, county to county, county to state, and county to other. Here's the interactive map. As you can see, you can zoom in and you can see what the critical locations or where they are in the county. If you want to get more details on, let's say, county to county roadways, let's click here and see what happens. Here you have updated numbers for the selection multiple years and the roadway ownership. You have these numbers updated, and you have also another layer of categorization where you have a county-wide, northwest, as you can see in orange, central in dark blue or navy blue, and you have light blue, the south area or region. If you zoom in, you will see the locations where they are, specifically at what intersections and where. If you want to get more details on the crash types for a specific region, specific roadway ownership, and specific years, let's click on Central. You will see that the dashboard takes you to this window where we have crash types for the selected years, 2018 to 2021, and this is the legend. If you need more details, you can go to this question mark. You will see the description of every crash type, and you will see here an overview of what the dashboard has and how it works. Going back to the main page, again, if we select these years, let's select a county to county and go back to central. You will see crash types, and you see the heat map and updated statistics. So this is mainly how to navigate the dashboard. As you can see, the dashboard helps with achieving the objectives of the safe system approach in many ways. However, let me go to the presentation. There is one more interesting slide that I would love to share with you. It's about the limitations of the dashboard. One second, sorry. I'm just trying to arrange my windows here. So let's talk about the limitations of the Signal 4 data and what we're working on. So Signal 4 data has the below limitations. It doesn't include information or data from the perspective of fire rescue, especially response time. There is no mutual identifier to link law enforcement to fire rescue data. This is a major limitation, and this is what we're working on now. So our ongoing effort is that we're working on linking the law enforcement data to fire rescue data, because the former data set, which is law enforcement from Signal 4, is really a very detailed data set. And by linking the two data sets, we're going to be able to analyze time variables from different perspectives, like from severity level, from bike and pedestrian involvement, so on and so forth. So this is what we're working on. There are some challenges, but hopefully when we have something ready, we will be more than happy to share with you a brief presentation on the value of linking to the two data sets of law enforcement and fire rescue. Thank you for listening, and please ask if you have any questions.
Hi, great presentation. Lema, this is Abigail. Does it create a report, or what does the print look like, the printable information?
No, it doesn't print at this stage. It doesn't print. It's all visual. So you're going to be able to filter, play with the characteristics, and get numbers out of it. It doesn't generate reports. We can work on that. We can check if this is possible, but it's more of a dashboard, like visualization.
Okay, and how often is it updated, the data?
This is something I will have to check with the GIS or data department. I think it updates frequently, but I'm not sure about the frequency I can confirm and let you know.
All right, thanks.
Sure.
That was a good presentation. This is Jim Reiser with Gresham Smith. I do have, what type of data are you looking to link from fire rescue? I mean, it's, I know response times, I heard that mentioned, but is there anything else in particular?
So I'm going to share with you briefly what we're looking for. So the law enforcement data has a lot of specifications for every crash. Let's say if it was alcohol, if there was a pedestrian involved, bicyclist involved, a lot of specifications, nighttime, daytime, weather, so on and so forth. The fire rescue data doesn't have this much information. It has information on the response time, when a fire truck was dispatched, when it arrived, when it left. It's more on time variables. So what we're looking for is to link the detailed specifications in the law enforcement data from Signal 4 with the time variables from fire rescue. Once we have the data joined, we're going to be able, hey, for fatal and incapacitating crashes, we have noticed that in this area, there is a delay in response. What is the reason? How can we improve this? So as you can see from the safe system approach, the post-crash care is a major objective in the safe system approach. So this is what we're trying to achieve, and it's going to be really very innovative once we're able to identify critical locations and critical trends. Let's say during the time of the day, what is happening? Is there a time period where we see consistency in delay? Is there a limitation in resources that we can help improve and identify? So we're trying to help fire rescue to identify some of those trends for improvements toward achieving the safe system approach objective of post-crash care.
This is Jim Reiser again, Gresham Smith. I'll make a suggestion. If you're really trying to aggregate that data and make it effective, where you'll be able to link it and show relationships to different response times, to the level of injuries, or whether or not a crash was survivable or not. Most of the coalitions, I know Motorcycle Safety and Pedestrian has a fire EMS component. Those are statewide coalitions. You might be able to get, I guess, opinions on how you're going to be able to meld that data. I see some challenges with that, but those are the people that work on the coalitions, are working with the state and FDOT, and also reporting back to NHTSA on the federal level to try and understand the relationships to post-crash care, fire rescue response. So if those coalitions all have, if you reach out to those coalitions, they might be able to help you with the data.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you very much for the suggestion. Yes, we're trying to reach out to different stakeholders to get more feedback on the best way to join the data and to get the best of it. Because we want to analyze crash data from different perspectives. It's not only from the law enforcement perspective. There is the fire rescue, which is a major element of it. And maybe bike and ped and other aspects, yeah.
Lama, there was a question in the chat.
Sorry,
does the data delineate out age ranges of people involved? Are there any details of like
age? Yes. The safety data, the Signal 4 has, I remember, two characteristics: if it was a teenager or a senior. So if you want, in future CTST meetings, I can share with you a very interesting presentation that I did. It analyzes data magically at different levels of resolution, and it shows very interesting trends. It shows, like, in specific areas where where it is, let's say, a community for senior people, you will see that the trend is really aligned, and it shows that majority of crashes that are happening there is for senior people versus teenagers, let's say. Yes, the data has this characteristic.
Thank you. A really interesting presentation. Are there any other questions before we let Lama go?
Thank you. Feel free to reach out. You have my email. Reach out if you want if you have any questions, or if you want more details, I'll be more than happy to answer.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything else that anybody has to share for today before we close out? Well, then I will add that Walk Bike Tampa is hosting nationally recognized urban planner Ray Delahunty, the city nerd, at an event on this Sunday, January 28th from 5 to 7 p.m. He will be there speaking. If you are at all interested, check the Walk Bike Tampa website or social media to get your tickets. I've heard he does a really great presentation and hope to see some of you there. And with that, I will adjourn the meeting.
Thank you, everyone. Our next meeting is on the 28th, virtual.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one.
Thank you.
Thank you.